Hey everyone! Today, let's talk about something incredibly important, digital dignity in Africa. In an increasingly digital world, our personal data is more vulnerable than ever. But imagine being a woman, a refugee, or a person with disabilities in Africa. For many, their data isn't just vulnerable, it's exploited. Let's dive into 5 compelling stories of resilience and hope. First, we have Amina, a young woman in Nigeria who found her private information misused, but she didn't back down. She took a stand and fought for her right to privacy. Then there's Samuel, a refugee whose data was manipulated, making an already difficult life even harder. Samuel's perseverance shines through as he works to reclaim his digital identity. Next, we meet Grace, a person with disabilities whose data was exploited to the point of endangering her safety. Grace's courage and advocacy have inspired others to join the fight. And then there's Fatima, a survivor of gender-based violence. When her personal data was leaked, her world turned upside down. But Fatima's resilience and determination to protect her dignity are nothing short of inspiring. Finally, we follow a group of displaced persons across sub-Saharan Africa. Their stories highlight the urgent need for stronger data protection laws and the incredible strength of those fighting for their rights. Each of these stories is a testament to the human spirit's resilience. Digital Shadows brings these powerful narratives to light, reminding us all that digital dignity is a right worth fighting for. So let's stand with them, raise our voices and advocate for a safer, more respectful digital world for everyone.
My name is Glory.
My name is Ikwo.
My name is Mr. Etemokun.
My experience towards Data Right Foundation, when it comes to filling of forms, in the area of filling of forms, I think I've filled a lot of forms.
We've been having a lot of persons coming to us, demanding our data, coming with forms, coming with inquiring of our data, promising us financial benefit.
Yes, I have faced this challenge where someone will call me and call to get my data, call to get my name, my bank accounts, that is a project going on, say from the state government, from the federal government.
In our modern world, information is power. Every day we leave behind digital footprints. These footprints are pieces of our lives recorded in the online world. Our names, addresses, even our likes and dislikes are stored as data. This data can be a valuable tool, but it can also be misused. Imagine someone using your information to scam you or to spread harmful rumors. This is why data right protection is so crucial, especially in Africa. Data right protection means having control over your own information. It means deciding who can access your data and how it can be used. Without these protections, we are vulnerable to exploitation. For example, imagine a company selling your personal details without your consent. Or think about governments using your online activity to silence dissent. Africa, with its rapidly growing digital landscape, is particularly vulnerable to data misuse. This is why it is essential to understand our rights and how to protect ourselves. We must ensure that our digital footprints lead to a brighter future, not to exploitation and harm.
Data right protection. In this aspect now, we are talking about your personal information that is valuable to you. So that is important to you, that you need to protect it, you need to secure it, so that it should not be violated or misused by a third party. So when we talk about data right foundation, we talk about that the important information being misused for any other thing aside from the purpose that the data was sent for. And it is very important that this issue should be brought up because so many people who are vulnerable, people who have been seen from the perspective of being most vulnerable, like the refugees, like internally displaced persons, like women who have suffered gender-based violence. Sometimes their information, their personal experience that they bring to the table is being misused.
Nigeria, recognizing the importance of data protection in the digital age, has taken a significant step forward with the Nigeria Data Protection Regulation, or NDPR. This law outlines the rights of individuals when it comes to their personal information. It's a beacon of hope, setting a standard for other African nations to follow. The NDPR gives Nigerians several essential rights. First, you have the right to know what information is being collected about you. Companies and organizations cannot gather your data in secret. Second, you have the right to access this information. You can ask for a copy of the data held about you and understand how it is being used. Third, you have the right to correct any inaccuracies. If your information is wrong, you can demand that it be fixed. The NDPR also gives you the right to object to how your data is being used, especially for marketing purposes. You can say no to unwanted calls and emails. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you have the right to withdraw consent. If you initially agreed to share your data but have changed your mind, you can tell the company to stop using it.
And as they come, they will, our hope, our expectation will be raised, maybe to meet up with one need or the other, but at the end, nothing happened. And then sometimes they come with this form for us to see, to give them this, our data, or my data, and then they will still ask you to pay for the form, telling you in a week or 2 times you or thereabout you have a lot in your bank account, but you wait till infinity, nothing happened. So sometimes at the end of it, the impact is that it's either you hear somebody calling you that is either from the bank and that you want to correct so thing on your this thing, so that you could give them your consent. At the end of the day, you go to the bank, you notice that it was not from the bank. You see that you've gotten your data and then turn it to use it to rob you. And some other times they will even call you on phone and tell you to look at your ATM number, the last 4 digits, and read it out for them. But they want to correct something in your bank. All are the result of the data they come to you to get. And
concerning financial support, one of the forms I feel, I think it's many, but I cannot really mention the name. But there's a last one I feel it was one they draw the face of our government, and the other, they draw their face were there, giving us a hope that this form is going to be something of 50,000 that we are going to get in 3 months. That was what they told us. So when I saw it, I was so happy, saying, that means I'll be counting 50,000 every month that I will use to support myself in some different ways that I want to help myself. So after filling the form, up till now I have had nothing from anybody. Just fill the form and submit. For a form that contains my name, my list of kin, my bank account.
I was emotionally down, and then maybe I didn't believe in the system any longer. And because of that, any other person, even when the genuine things do come and they say, okay, give this, and they say it's genuine, I feel reluctant to.
Vulnerable voices. Who suffers most when data is abused? While data right violations can affect anyone, certain groups are particularly vulnerable. These groups, often marginalized and facing systemic challenges, are more likely to suffer harm when their data is misused. Refugees and displaced persons, often forced to flee their homes, may lack secure ways to protect their data. This makes them susceptible to identity theft and exploitation. Women, too, are disproportionately affected by data misuse. Their information can be used for stalking, harassment, or even to fuel gender-based violence. Persons living with disabilities are also at risk. Their data may be used to discriminate against them or deny them access to essential services. Survivors of gender-based violence are particularly vulnerable. Their abusers may exploit their data to track their movements or further harm them. These examples highlight the urgent need for robust data protection measures in Africa. We must ensure that the most vulnerable among us are not further marginalized in the digital age.
So several times we see that they have been used and misused in taking their data by institutions, even by scammers, by digital hackers. All of these things are combined. So when we bring to the light that digital right protection is very important, we are talking about how you can be able to protect even your personal information like your BVN, your NIN, which is your and even your international passport number, your social security number.
Gets you discouraged, gets your high expectation. Maybe sometimes they come like that, promising huge money, and you are thinking my life is going to change. You plan on what to do, business you want to start or whatever. At the end, none of those things happen.
So I feel embarrassed about it. If as I am now, if somebody brings a form for me to fill, I'm not going to fill again because what's the essence of filling a form that you cannot get what you want from it?
My word for other persons with disability is before you give out your information, let's know that where we are sending this information is genuine, is real before we lease out our information.
Thank you.
So that somebody else will not use our information to enrich his or herself.
We have international NGOs that are working on data protection, and we have the Accra Hero Initiative, the Paradigm Initiative in Nigeria, and we're working also abroad. And then for Africa, in the continent as a whole, we have the report.africa.org. You can also visit there. Any data right violation, any violation of data rights, you can also make a report at these different levels. And then we also want to put it to us that it is important that you protect all the information that you get out of you. It is important that you verify where your information has been taken to. And for digital right violation, to verify, you should be able to know all the different social media security protection codes, like the double digit data protection. All of these are important.
Guardians of our data fighting for justice and accountability. Protecting our data rights is not just the responsibility of governments. Organizations across Africa are working tirelessly to raise awareness about data privacy and advocate for stronger protections. They play a crucial role in holding those who misuse data accountable. In Nigeria, organizations like Hakara Care Well Initiative and Paradigm Initiative are at the forefront of the fight for data justice. They educate the public about their rights, provide legal aid to victims of data misuse, and push for stronger enforcement of data protection laws. These organizations empower individuals to take control of their digital lives and demand accountability from those who violate their rights. They also play a crucial role in reporting data breaches and advocating for better data security practices. Their work is essential in creating a safer and more equitable digital environment for all Nigerians. In conclusion, protecting our data rights is not just about safeguarding our privacy, it's about protecting our freedom, our dignity, and our future. By understanding our rights, raising awareness, and supporting organizations fighting for data justice,